Alright, so for this video I wanted to go over all the steps involved in making an actual Osmosis video. The very first step in this process is writing a script. And we've got a super awesome team of script writers that help encapsulate a whole topic into 2 to 4 pages, which makes a video about 5 to 10 minutes long. Once the script's nailed down, step 2 is the illustration phase. And this is a creative process where we use the script as a guide to make the visuals. Our setup involves a few important components. First and foremost, there's the software, which includes the screencasting software like Camtasia. And it lets you literally record the screen in real time while you're drawing, like I'm doing this very instant. That said, there's also the drawing program, and for this I use Sketchbook, but there are a ton of options here, and what matters the most is the ability to control things like specific brush properties, layers, and color palettes. And that's really the software in a nutshell. The hardware, though, is another story. The secret sauce to these videos, in my humble opinion, is the ability to actually handwrite everything. And this gives it that authentic whiteboard-style instructional feel. And this is made possible through using a drawing tablet. Now, again, there are a ton of options for drawing tablets, of which Wacom's been in the lead for a long time now. Alright, so this is my Wacom tablet. And it's a Cintiq 22 HD Touch, which essentially means it's this 22-inch display that you have the ability to draw on, just like a whiteboard. So if I wanted to, I could just go ahead and erase this whole screen and bring in our kidney friend. So and then go ahead and maybe I'll label it as a kidney. And that's essentially how I make videos, in a nutshell. There's a lot more editing usually that goes on, but essentially, this lets me write and draw as if I was drawing on a whiteboard. And this Cintiq is actually kind of newer to me. I just upgraded recently. Not all of the Wacom tablets are this display style. So the one I used to use was this Bamboo Create, which is an opaque drawing tablet, meaning that it's opaque. You can't actually see through it or see into it or anything. It's mostly just a surface that you draw on. And so what you use this for is you kind of have it on your desk or your lap or something. And while you're watching your monitor, you're also drawing. And so this kind of tablet takes a little more mental effort just because you're kind of associating with what you're drawing and what you're watching, and just takes a little more. But essentially what you need in a drawing tablet, I think both of these would work really well, and they do because I actually used this one for a long time. But what you need in a drawing tablet is the ability to have pressure sensitivity. And basically what I mean by that is you can have these really thin lines as well as thick lines, which depends on how hard you press onto the screen. So here I was pressing really lightly, and here I was pressing pretty hard. And that kind of gives it this like authentic whiteboard style feel, which I think is important because, everything's handwritten, so you want it to seem authentic, like you're actually writing it, which you are. And so that's basically what you need in a drawing tablet, is just this pressure sensitivity, and obviously having a bigger screen is better, but you can also get by on a smaller tablet, like this one, which was, served me really well for a long time. And once you're sort of done with that whole animation illustration phase, then I go ahead and I record audio, which is what I use this guy for. So then I'll, record my audio. And once that's all done, I go back into the editing stage. With this editing bit, there are lots of options for software. And for the sake of convenience, I use Camtasia again. But there are a lot of others, and they all basically let you put the pieces together and smooth everything out. Essentially making sure that the audio matches up with the illustrating so you get one nice video. After that, you hit export, and then upload it to YouTube, and it's ready to share with the world. Thanks for watching. You can help support us by donating on Patreon, subscribing to our channel, or telling your friends about us on social media.